Let's bring in Joey, who is Miss June in the 2014 Miss Morning Glory calendar. We'll talk to her in just a moment. Wow, there she is. Wow, look at this outfit.
Oh, I love that leather mini skirt.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Wow. Now, you can watch on RMG TV at roverradio.com. If you're watching RMG TV, let me hold up this. This is her photo in June. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's you naked. There you can see that at Rover. If you're watching RMG TV, she's Miss June in the 2014 Miss Morning Glory calendar. Now, it says that you are 21 and a student. Are you still 21 and a student?
No, I'm 22 now.
All right, so you're 22 years old
yes,
now.
I am.
And what are you studying, Joey?
Sports broadcasting.
Sports broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do with yourself? You want to get on TV?
Well, I want to be the next Erin Andrews.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just going to, take it up a notch.
Can you speak about sports? I mean, do you know a lot about sports?
Yeah, I'm basically like a football, basketball kind of girl. Like the World Cup, I'm sorry, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know either. Someone was trying to explain it to me. I don't even know how teams get eliminated and all that. I don't really care. But what about if you want to be the next Erin Andrews?
Yeah.
Sometimes they may send you to those kind of sporting events and say, well, you have to go cover the World Cup.
Yeah.
Ad lib.
Yeah. Honestly, if I could, I would love to do hockey.
Hockey is what you would like to do.
Yeah, I just started, I got into it 2 years ago. Yeah. And I'm obsessed with it.
You love hockey.
I like contact sports.
Yeah. All right. And so that's what you are actually studying? What's your major?
I actually go to Kent State, and I'm a double major and a double minor. I'm going for news broadcast as well as interpersonal communication.
Interpersonal communication. What is it? I don't even. They have a degree for that. What is that exactly?
Actually, communications is split up amongst so many things. There's I'm going for interpersonal communication, which is a one-on-one.
Yes.
And then public communication is actually my minor, and that's speaking to a larger group.
So what do they teach you in one-on-one communication? I should take this class. So what do they teach you?
Basically just how to interview, how to I was really glad because they taught us about interviewing for jobs too.
Yeah.
Not just sports writing or anything like that. When it comes to not just a one-on-one, but I can't even remember what it's called, but a panel interview type thing. Learned all about that. It was cool. I'm a people person.
That's your weakness, Rover. The panel where it's 6, 7 people.
No, I can do that if it's just me in front of a panel. What I don't like going to a dinner party where there's 10 people and everyone's all interacting. That makes me uncomfortable. Yeah. I don't like that. But you're a people person. I
love people.
You like chatting with people. You like hanging out, and you're a very friendly, social person.
I think so.
Joey is first of all. Joey can't be your real name, is it? Is Joey your real name?
And a lot of people don't know this. My real name is actually Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
Mm-hmm. But everybody calls me Joey.
Why Joey?
Because I was a huge tomboy.
So who came up with that nickname for you?
My family.
Yeah, they
used to call me Little Roo.
Like a kangaroo.
Like a baby kangaroo.
And
That's so embarrassing.
Joey is a baby kangaroo.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
So you would hop around a lot.
Basically.
Okay. And how tall are you?
5'4", 5'5" on a good day.
Okay. And what do you think you weigh?
115.
115. She has dark hair, dark eyes.
Yeah.
Very hot body. Good rack. I mean, you've seen these photos in the calendar.
Her ass in that shower one. Yeah. I think that's my favorite shot.
Very, very, very hot. What nationality are you? I can't tell.
Croatian, Slovakian, and Italian.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember when I came for the hottie hookup and Ari Spears was here?
I don't remember.
Yes, of course.
Do you remember this,
Steve? Yes, I busted her balls about it. She was all over that guy.
No, I wasn't. He was talking to me.
Oh, did you end up going out on a date with Ari Spears?
No, not at all.
No, why not?
Not at all.
Why? You like black guys, white guys?
No. My ex-boyfriend was actually mixed.
Yeah.
But no, I don't discriminate.
No,
if you can make me laugh and you know sports and you have a good sense of humor, I actually love sarcastic people.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of a smart ass myself, so.
Now, are you dating anyone presently?
No, I'm single and unavailable.
Single? What does that mean, single and unavailable?
Because, relationships, I think, is a huge commitment, obviously. So, I don't want to go in, half-ass and do it, So, I'm just really focusing on myself. I'm 22 years old. I'm still young. I don't understand how people can have a new boyfriend, every 2 weeks and saying they love each other. And
I know. This is like
that.
Rob, our producer, who
Right, Rob?
constantly gets into these relationships. He's
one to the next.
Right.
to
One
the
girl
next.
dumps him, and he's on to the next. And within 2 weeks, I love you. I want to spend the rest
Rob,
of my life with
why are
you.
they cracking on you so bad?
But that's the way that he is, right?
No, he has a problem.
And I wonder
He
that
really
too.
does.
Like, I've actually sat around thinking about that. Like, what is it in this guy's DNA that makes him need to be in a relationship?
Some people
all
are
the
seriously
time?
so needy and dependent on like others. I'm the opposite. I'm really independent. Like, I work, I go to school, you know, I do modeling, and it just seems like a lot. So why would I want to jump into a relationship if
I know,
I'm not
but
completely ready?
sometimes you might need to get the D. You know, you want to be in a
Not that
relationship to get the D. Oh, it's not important to you?
No.
The D isn't important to you?
My future and taking care of myself, that's way more important than getting the D.
Don't you get horny though? Or I mean,
I
come on.
mean, every girl has needs, but
Yeah.
you know, it is
When
what it is.
first of all, I have a feeling.
Here comes all the personal questions.
Well, let's
go.
think of when do you think the last time she says it's not important? She's single and unavailable. But when do you think the last time she got the D was?
Oh my
Dita?
gosh.
Well, it's Tuesday. And
Peter!
she's in college. I say this past weekend.
I-
if not
Just
last,
because, listen,
if
and that's
not last
another
night.
thing. Just because I go to school, I work basically full time. So I don't have time for
Well,
this.
she's in
shenanigans.
college, and there's guys
So,
sitting on her.
you
I
were
would,
in
So you think within the
I know,
past?
that's why I know firsthand
Listen,
what
Dieter,
it's,
not
how easy it
everybody
is.
was like you at Mount Union.
Okay, okay.
What do you think? The past 5 days? You
oh,
think?
without a doubt.
Oh my
I'd put
God,
money
not
down
even
on that.
close.
Dom, what do you think?
You owe me money.
Well, actually, your girlfriend knows. B1 knows her, right?
Yeah.
So
She's
I don't
from
know if you have any.
Youngstown,
Do you have any inside info on the last time she got the D?
Oh my
No,
God.
I don't know. I
What do you
wouldn't
think?
presume to say.
If you were to guess, what would you say?
I think it's been a while. She seems to me like she's the type of girl who is. She loves to be friendly and flirty, but in the end, she's not going home with you. I think that
Thanks,
she's one of those
Dom.
kind of girls.
Thanks. She says thanks. That's I don't know.
tease. That's not a good thing.
compliment. That's like
yeah, I'm not
oh,
calling
guys
you.
go home and kill themselves because of girls like you.
Sorry.
I would say within the past 2 to 3 weeks for
No,
sure.
definitely
No.
not.
Oh, I bet you it's been months. I wouldn't be
No,
shocked.
Dom,
even a
think
she's
bit.
in college.
You
Dom.
think so?
I know, like
Why
she's
does
in this.
Dieter think,
Did you
like,
hear her? She's in that I'm working on me phase. Like
I
that's
am.
the girls when they get in that phase, sex is not even something
It's not.
they don't even think about it. Like I think there's times when my girlfriend I think she gets horny like twice a month for about 10 minutes.
Poor Brittany.
And I can jump in that moment to do it, and if I don't, I've missed out. I mean, that's like,
Aw.
at first, every girl obviously is always into it, but this girl right here, she reminds me of just like every girl I've ever met in my whole life who, you know, she's got a million guy friends. They all think they're going to eventually nail her
million.
someday. They never will. Am I on the right track here?
Yeah, probably.
Because you said you love sports, so you're
I
the girl that
do.
can go to the game with.
So you have a
Yeah.
bunch of guy friends, of course.
I don't have a bunch, but I mean, I have, you know, like you said, I'm just a social butterfly.
And they all
I'm
think they're going to get
outgoing.
into your pants
It's so
eventually.
funny because when I meet people, I'll straight up tell you, like, just so you know, if you're trying to get my pants, it's not going to work. So
Well, all right. So answer the question then. When was the last time you got the D? How long has it been? I mean, what are we talking about here?
it's been longer than 2 months.
Are we talking 3 months,
So-
6 months, a year? I mean, give us a. You probably don't have it down to the day, but I mean,
No.
ballpark it for me. Let's
Between like 2 and 3 months.
between 2 and 3 months. All
Yeah.
right. And who was the lucky guy back then?
Oh my God, we're not talking about this.
Was it like a boyfriend, or was it you've been single for a while, or what?
Yeah.
All right. So who was the guy? Just some dude that you knew, or
Well, yeah. Oh my God. He's going to kill me. No, I mean, we were friends.
uh-huh. So you probably told him the same line. If you're trying to get my pants, it's
No,
not going to work, and
actually,
it
we've
worked for
been-
And
him.
it did, right?
We've been friends for a long time, and it was just one of those things where it just kind of happened.
After a few drinks, probably.
No, I really don't even drink.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah, I like to work out, and it messes up my workout.
All right. So you're 22 years old, she said, in case you missed that.
Oh my God.
Where'd you grow up? You grow up out here?
I'm actually from Youngstown area.
Okay.
330.
Not a lot going on out there,
No,
right?
not at all.
So you moved out here for school, or did you move out here with your family?
Okay, so I'm from Youngstown. I'm actually from a small town. It's called McDonald. It's 1 square mile. I graduated with 60 kids. My family is extremely known there. I'm like the 6th generation. And it just seems like people in Youngstown, like, they kind of stay there, you know? And I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm a small town girl, but I belong in a big city. So I went to school at Kent, like, I still go to school at Kent State, and I just wasn't into the whole partying thing. Like, I mean, it was fun because I obviously like to dress up and go and, like, be social and talk to people. But, like, getting drunk just really isn't that fun for me because then you wake up and you have a hangover and whatever. Just wasn't fun. So I decided I would just start working. So I actually got a job at the Tilda Kilt, and I met so many people there. And people were like, why did you come here? Because when I actually got hired, it was the summer. And I ended up driving an hour and a half back and forth from Youngstown to Cleveland to work.
Just to work there
Just to work
as a server? An hour and a half commute each way to work as a server.
And it was
3 hours
so worth
total?
it.
Wow.
But, like, that was the thing because the restaurant was new. I was meeting amazing people. I'm still there. I've been there for, like, 2.5 years.
Anybody famous?
And, oh, my gosh, I meet people there all the time. During the Cavs Mavericks game, the Mavs came in, and that was actually during, like, the playoffs. So I was sitting, like, just bullshitting with Dirk. BSing with Dirk and all the guys during, like, the Seattle game. Oh my gosh, you should have seen his face when Richard Sherman, like, during his interview, remember when he went crazy?
Yes.
You should have seen all their faces, like, being, like, professional athletes. They're like, oh my God, what did this guy just say? But yeah, I met all them. I know a bunch of the Browns and the Cavs players, Indians players. I met, like, Kenny Lofton.
Now, why don't you hook up with any of these dudes? This would go great for your sportscasting
Yeah, but at the same
career,
time, like, you don't want to be interviewed. Like, I want to be an interviewer, so it's like you don't want to be interviewed by a girl that's been, like, ran through or anything, you know?
Oh, please.
So,
You think Erin Andrews hasn't been ran through?
But still, at the same time, like, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. She did.
Right,
But I don't know. That's just not me. Like, I just like to talk to people and hang out and.
What if you had to do what she did? She had to walk around naked in her hotel room, remember, and be filmed through
Yeah,
the
by a
people.
creeper. Yeah, by a
That
creeper.
wasn't.
If we set that up, that might make you famous.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No.
For instance, like,
I was naked enough in the calendar. Guys.
I have an idea. How about
Oh my-
you and I make a sex tape? I'll
So I look like
release
Kimmy
it.
K?
We'll come up with a
Leak it
story.
and go, oh, somebody broke into our house.
Right, someone broke
Oh my
in
God,
and
Rover.
stole this sex tape. Put it out there. You could become famous for this.
Yeah.
No, I want to be famous the real way, the right way.
But she blew up after that, Erin Andrews. Don't
That's
forget,
right.
she was really nobody.
But then you look at somebody like Allie LaForce, who's from Cleveland, and she didn't have to do anything like that.
That we
Correct?
know of. That we
Right,
know
she moved
of.
out
Talk
there.
to Dieter. Yeah.
Oh, God,
No,
Dieter.
no, I didn't. No,
Don't
I didn't.
lie.
I don't. But yeah, she moved out to L.A. and then she was. I saw her at the Super Bowl. She was
Oh,
interviewing
yeah?
people.
Yeah.
Sideline. Yeah.
So what do you like to do for fun then, Joey, if you don't go out and drink? What do you do?
I mean, I'll go out occasionally. It's not like an everyday thing, like whatever.
When was the last time you were drunk?
Probably last month.
Okay.
Oh,
I
you
swear.
believe that, Rover?
I swear to
You
God.
believe in it? No way.
Why don't you believe
Am
me?
I
Because
buying all this?
She
what
works
she's-
at a bar. She's in college.
I do.
She was drinking this past week. I guarantee
No, I
it.
wasn't. I guarantee because I drive 45 minutes
Uh-huh.
just to go to Kent, and I don't drink and drive. I'm very responsible when it comes to that stuff. So I don't. In my eyes, I would rather joke around with drunk people and get them drunk and make money rather than spending all my money that I work so hard for during the week. You know what I mean?
She's almost like a stripper that doesn't take off her clothes.
Right.
You know, they just sit there and, hey, yeah, have fun with you, and then you're paying.
Yeah, and
and
then
then,
like give me my
yeah.
money.
Stand up. Let's see what you look like today. She has on a black leather short skirt. Yeah, you can take those off if you want. She has on a Run DMC tank top, kind of similar to what the Roverfest T-shirts are going to look like this year. If you haven't seen those, turn around. Let's check this out.
Tight waist.
She's got a nice ass. She has long legs. She's wearing high heels. Yeah, you can sit down. What size creamers do you think she has, Dieter?
It's hard to tell with that shirt, but maybe a C.
No.
Smaller.
Yeah.
All right, I was going to give you the
32B, is that what you are?
Like a 32, 34B.
32 or 34B. Not bad. She's got a nice rack. Now,
Athletic.
do guys hit on you all the time? You say you tell the guys right off the bat, you're not going to get my pants, but do they hit on you?
This is the thing with me, okay? It depends. I have a different like definition of hitting on.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, like that's like me talking to you right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody were like, "Hey, was Rover hitting on you?" Like, no, we're having a conversation. Like that's like me hitting on you, no. I just have a different definition. So I personally don't think so.
If I
You know what I
talked,
mean?
if you didn't know me and I started talking to you in a bar,
Yeah.
just randomly, is that considered hitting on you?
No.
That's hitting on you. Trust me. No dudes would talk to you. No dudes want to go up and just start a random conversation with a guy. I mean, with a girl. See, girls think this. Hot girls think that everyone is just friendly and they walk around talking to each other. And
I mean, if you make it point blank, like, girl, what's up? You want to go out? Like, stuff like that? Then
yeah,
that's
guys don't do
flirting.
that. No, guys will be, hey, what are you doing?
Guys, guys really don't even talk to me. To
They
be
don't?
honest.
Why not?
No, I don't know.
You think that they're intimidated by
no.
you?
I'm like the nicest person. Why would anybody want to be intimidated by
You ever, has a guy ever picked you up? You ever had a one-night stand?
Mm-mm.
Never?
Never had a
Not
one-night stand.
once.
Mm-mm.
You buy that, Dieter? You haven't been buying anything she's been
No.
saying.
Dina doesn't
Still-
believe anything I
No, I
say.
still don't buy that. No way. She's probably had 4 or 5
4 or 5?
by now.
4 or
What
5
kind of girl
one-night
you think
stands?
I am?
Yeah, but that's over a couple of years. That's through college. That's I say
No.
once a year, twice a year. That guy you just had 2 months ago. Was that a one night stand or that was a relationship?
No, like we're really good friends. It just like we were kind of like caught up in the moment and it happened. So
Did you hook up again with him?
No.
One night stand. That's a one night stand right
Ooh,
there.
You're right
But
there.
like we're
Yes,
but
that's
like
one.
we still talk, like we're still friends. Like I think of a one night stand as like you guys hook up and then you never talk again. That's my
Why did
my
you never hook
definition.
up with this guy ever again? So you
Because
bang him
I just-
once and that was it.
It just I don't know.
He was that bad in the
No,
sack?
like no. I just don't need that. Like I have other things going on that are more important than I need to be worrying about than getting laid.
Someone wants to know how many. Let me scroll down here.
Oh my God.
How
What
many
have you-
guys has she been with? And I'll tell you after this question is asked. I don't know if the person realizes that their name is still. Once you set your name in our text system, it just stays that way. So if you send us a text 6 months later,
Still there.
yeah, it's still in there. So I'll tell you who asked that question. The question is, how many guys has Joey banged? That's what the question is.
Oh my God.
You want to take a guess, Dieter? What do you
Sure.
think?
When was the first time? What age? When you first?
16. No, 15. 15, 16. Somewhere in there.
All right.
22. 14.
What?
She seems to be a little prudish, though.
Dude, she just had a one night stand
I'll say
2 months ago.
9. What? Who's closer?
You.
What's the number?
7.
7 guys.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
That's good.
That question was posed by the father of Tori,
Joey? Oh, I thought you were going to say Joey.
who is
Oh my
Miss
God.
Morning Glory. That's
Hi,
that's
Mr. Tori.
yeah. That's
He likes you.
He's the one that asked that question. I don't know if he realized that his name was still in the system.
Yeah,
So
you thought he was
What a
anonymous.
move.
Perv move.
It's got to be the most creep thing I've ever heard.
So anytime she sees this guy now, she's like, what's he asking about my number?
that's great, isn't
Do
it?
you know that guy, Joey?
No, I just know
Oh.
him because he was like bragging about Tori winning the night at Liquid.
Yeah.
That's it.
Were you disappointed when you were not crowned
I
Miss
mean,
Morning
of
Glory?
course, I wanted to win, but there was tough competition. It wasn't,
I think that a lot of people, in fact, the comments I got, a lot of people said that Joey should have been crowned Miss Morning Glory. You
It's
even, I
okay.
think, told me
Put
that.
me on the spot.
I think you said
of
that.
all the
in-
shots, yeah. If I was going to pick, I would have picked her.
You would have picked Miss.
But don't get me wrong.
Thanks, Rover. Just
Tori's
saying.
hot, but Joey's photos, the
Joey's
darker
hotter.
hair.
But like
No, I
also I have to say Tori, this was like her first modeling experience. Like I've modeled since I was 18.
Mhm.
So that was like 3 years on top of it. So, I feel like I had an advantage, but I mean they were great pictures, great publicity.
So you liked
I
the
met a lot of-
pictures?
Yeah, I did. I just really wanted my butt to be in it. That's
Oh,
all
it's
I
in
really
it.
It's a
wanted.
bare ass.
Oh,
yeah.
your butt's in it for
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's all I really wanted.
Does anyone ever recognize you from being in the Miss
All
Morning
the
Glory?
time.
They do,
All
really.
the time, yeah. Especially if they told a kilt.
Yeah.
Because guys will come in for bachelor parties and like not everybody's name is Joey. Like so this one guy, actually there's 2 guys. If you guys are listening, hi. I added you. Well, they actually followed me on all social networks, so thanks for that. They actually were like, "Hey, we don't want to be like creepers or anything, but your name's Joey, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "You look really familiar." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Well, I model and everything." And they're like, "Were you in Rover's calendar?" I was like, "Yeah, I was actually Miss June." They're like, "Oh my God, your butt was nice." I'm like, "Thanks, guys."
Recognize her ass.
Does it creep you out if you think about those guys? They probably cranked it out looking at that calendar.
I mean, Whatever.
You're okay
It
with
happens. I just did Rigid Tools, the international calendar, which comes out in August. So make sure you guys look out for that. It's so funny because everybody was like, yeah, could you imagine like that being in people's garages and like, I'm like, what do you think the Rover calendar was? Where do you think that was?
Yeah, people are
everywhere.
Yes.
It was really cute because somebody actually Instagrammed a picture of the calendar hanging up on their wall and tagged me. Like I got like 4 or 5 different tags from people posting it on like June 1st.
Yeah,
Right
she's
on your month.
that's an Instagram account to follow right there.
Oh yeah, she posts a lot of hot pictures on there.
Allegedly, yeah, I heard that
You
there are a lot
follow
of.
me.
Yeah, you never
Oh.
seen dude?
You follow me.
No, I've been yelled at many a times. You don't need to look at that, and I have to flip
Have you
right
ever
past
have
her
you
picture.
ever cranked it out looking at
No.
any of her
Hey,
photos?
Brittany's my
Wow.
girl.
Yeah, that would be
Hi,
weird.
Brittany. I miss and love you.
Would you ever have a threesome with Brittany, Dumb's girlfriend?
No.
No, why not?
I'm too selfish.
Have you ever had a threesome?
No.
Have you ever been
Yeah.
with a girl?
What?
Have you ever been with a girl?
I've like made a, oh my God, you guys want to hear a really funny story? Maria, I'm putting you on blast right now. So when we were in Rochester, you know Maria has a boyfriend and everything.
Maria from the calendar?
Yeah, Miss February.
Okay,
I work
yes.
with her.
Yeah.
So Maria, I'm putting you on blast so bad right now. So like we got really like drunk in Rochester. That's probably the drunkest I've ever been. You made me eat that garbage plate.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
We
I
all eat
woke up the
those.
next morning. I was like, what did I eat last night? It's so gross.
Yeah, you're not supposed to worry
But-
about it the next morning. It's the night of. It tastes fantastic.
Yeah,
that
but then
night.
I woke up. I'm like, oh my God, why do I feel so fat? I'm like, oh my God, I ate that garbage
You ate
plate.
3 pounds of slop, basically.
I seriously ate all of it. I
Oh
was
my
such
God,
a
it's
pig.
huge.
I'm such a pig. But anyway, so like all the girls are, you know, drinking and having fun. And me and Maria, we got so drunk. And then you guys were buying us shots all night. And then people were buying, so like, you guys are calendar girls, right? We're like, yeah. So we were doing shots. We had champagne, wine, like a huge bottle of Captain Morgan.
Oh, you can't mix it all up like that.
Oh my God, we were so drunk. Maria was like, "Oh my God, Joey, I love you. We're best friends." And like we were like ended up kissing that night. It was
You're
the
making out with
funniest
another calendar girl.
thing. Oh my
I mean,
God,
like
Maria
full
was
on
so
tongue
funny.
kissing?
I miss. I wish Chrissy was there. Chrissy didn't come.
Full
but-
on tongue kissing?
No, it
this
wasn't
girl?
like tongue kissing. She's like, "Joey, I love you." Mwah.
What
I
if she
love
would have taken you back
mwah.
to the hotel room? And
We
she would've-
slept together.
Oh, were you naked in the
No, we
same?
weren't
Were you in the
naked.
same bed?
But she did turn the heat up to like 80 degrees, 90 degrees.
That was all trying to get
That's
you to
why.
take
Oh
your
my
clothes
God.
off.
Yeah, get all sweaty and
Oh yeah,
steamy.
oh yeah.
Start to
You'd
scissor.
probably be more comfortable
Yeah.
if you were completely naked.
Yeah. It's
So
hot here.
you've never been with a girl like in a sexual way. Do you think
No.
you ever would, or you're just not interested?
I mean, I find girls extremely pretty. You know, I'll go up if I see a pretty girl, I'll tell her. But you know, I just don't roll that
what if
way.
Aaron Andrews wanted to take you back to her?
No, if you're talking
hotel
about
room?
Jessica Berchiaga or somebody, that's a
I
different
don't even know
story.
who the hell that. Who's that?
You better Google her. She's absolutely gorgeous.
What is her name?
Burka.
Berchiaga. Burciaga.
Jessica
Je-
Berchiaga.
Berchiaga.
all right,
Something.
let me
She
look.
was a playmate. She's absolutely beautiful.
Let me look at this here. I did
Yeah.
a Google image search of her.
Isn't she beautiful? She looks like
Yeah,
Jennifer
she's-
Lopez.
Yeah, she does.
She's a hot
definitely.
chick, yeah.
She's so
hot.
pretty. I love her.
Yeah.
That's like my woman
Is
crush.
she in movies or something?
No, she used to date Floyd Mayweather
Oh.
at one point.
So you would
So
you
she's
would
so
have
pretty.
sex with her, basically, is what you're
Maybe,
telling me.
yeah. There's a good chance.
Mm-hmm.
She's so pretty.
So when do you graduate from school, Joey?
Because I'm a double major and a double minor, I technically have like 3 or 4 semesters left.
Yeah.
But technically in 2 semesters I can graduate. So we'll see. I'm taking my time. I'm actually taking next semester off to travel and do a little bit more modeling stuff. So I'm excited.
Do you ever run into creepers when you're doing all this modeling?
Yeah.
Like
you
guys-
you have to be really careful, especially with scamming and like just trying to get like just to try to have your picture. Like it's really hard. That's why I don't know. I encourage a lot of girls to model, but you need to look out for yourself, honestly. Like you really gotta have a good head and have some sense and not
What's
be
the
so
creepiest
naive.
thing you've come across in the years?
The funniest is when like guys will ask me about like doing Playboy, because number one, I would never do Playboy right now. Never. And they'll be like, "Oh, well, I just want to like take pictures of you like, you know, half naked." I'm like, implied. Like if you're a photographer, at least use the right terminology. Like well, yeah, we could just do topless. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I'm okay. You know.
So you wouldn't be in
respectfully
Playboy?
decline.
Why not?
No, because to me, every girl will do it, you know, and you'll get paid a paycheck of $5,000 to do it, okay? But then Playboy has your pictures, so they could use them as freely as they want. They could do anything with them. So why would I want to do that now instead of working, getting a name for myself, doing all these things, you know, doing promotional things, making a lot more money, making a name for myself, and then be like, oh my God, we have to have her in there. Let's pay her instead of $5,000, getting like 25 grand. You know what I mean?
What if it's
I feel
100
like-
grand?
No, not right now, because my future, like, I want to do sports. That's more important to me than being half naked
What about?
or being naked.
Have you ever
honestly.
made a homemade porno?
Mm-mm, I haven't.
No, not. Are there
No.
any full-on vag shots of you anywhere? No
Nope.
ex-boyfriend has a vag
Nope.
shot. You've never taken a
I've
vag
never.
shot
I can
yourself.
honestly say I have never taken a fully naked picture before.
You're
and
the
sent it
only
to someone.
22-year-old
I
girl
swear
today
to God,
that doesn't have
I
a
will
fully
send,
nude.
and honestly, I will say this and 100% like guarantee it. All right. If one of my pictures that I sent to somebody got leaked or somebody wanted to post it on a social network, I'd be the first one that commented and be like, damn, I look good. Like, that's what type of pictures I post. I will do, like, you know, if I have a boyfriend, I'll send him like cute little cheeky underwear or sports bra or, you know, like implied cover. I never ever do completely naked.
Speaking of boyfriend, someone sent me a text message. Were you dating an Ohio State wrestler in the past?
Oh my God, yeah.
You were.
I
What
dated
happened with
him.
that? Why'd you break up with him?
I'm not gonna throw his business on there because I still respect him and stuff. He was living the wrong life and ended up getting into some trouble and ended up moving to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted me to move there. And honestly, he was the only guy I ever really thought that I would spend the rest of my life with.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted me to move there like so sudden. And I still had school and I was working and a lot of things were going for me and modeling. And I worked too hard to throw it all away. And I told him, you know, if you can wait a couple of weeks and you can kind of figure out what's going on, then I'd be happy to move there with you.
What do you mean? I mean, what do you mean? Wait a couple weeks and then you would move there? I mean, what did the guy run off in a?
Yeah, he actually went to Florida and tried to get his, you know, get things situated and not be in Ohio because he wasn't from Ohio.
What do you got? You got in trouble with the law here, basically.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't want to go there.
Oh, come on, just tell me.
No.
Oh, come on, it's just between you and
No.
me. What did this guy do?
You and all your listeners.
This guy
No,
did
that's his
something-
personal
How
business.
crazy?
I would
How
never-
crazy was it?
I mean, he didn't. It's not like he got. I don't even.
You didn't
know.
get
I'm
busted
not-
for kitty porn or anything like that.
No, nothing along those lines. I mean, he's a college kid.
Mm-hmm.
Got into some trouble. Made a couple mistakes. He knows he made mistakes, and I respect him for, you know, getting his life back together, which he has. But
How long ago was this? How long ago did
that was last April.
Okay.
Because I went to.
So about a year ago or something.
Yeah, because I went to his wrestling nationals in Iowa. Drove all the way there with my best friend, and then things started surfacing, and
How soon after that? So you drive all the way out to Iowa, you
drive
go
all
to
the
this
way
thing, and then you
there,
say
we
things
went-
start surfacing.
yeah, and he ended up getting in trouble, and yeah.
How long after that? After this?
We came back and we were still talking, and then he ended up moving, and like I said, he didn't have any, like, I don't want to say he didn't have anything going for him because I knew he would eventually be fine. Like, I told him if he needed anything, like, my family loved him to death. Like, we would definitely support him and whatnot. But he just decided that he wanted to take the easy way out and didn't want to work through it, which I'm not the type of person I'm
So
going
in
to beg
other
you
words,
to
what
be
you're
with me.
telling me is in a roundabout way. What you're telling me is that the guy got in trouble with the law,
Mhm.
and he fled to Florida, basically, to try to.
He was gonna come back, but he needed kind of time to figure things out. He
Yeah.
didn't want to be here. He was embarrassed,
Okay.
basically. But
And then what happened with everything? Because this was a year ago.
yeah,
so,
everything's fine now. He's completely moved on. I wish him the best.
and
He-
the legal stuff, is it still hanging
no,
over him, or
no,
they got
that's-
they got?
I mean, it'll always be there, but
so he pleaded guilty to something or whatever.
no, I don't even think he didn't have to do any time or anything like that. So.
All
This
right.
is on the record.
But yeah, just on the record. He, like I said, I'm more than proud of him. Like, we were together for a while. I made him wait before we even like dated or anything. So,
How long did you make him wait before you put out?
I mean, it was a good month. No, like 2 months. No, month and a half.
Almost 2 months you made
Yeah,
together.
I mean, he wanted to hang out, and I was like, no, because you know how people are like, oh, let's hang out, and then people are like, oh, okay, let's hang out. And
right.
Then, no, I made him wait a little bit, and it was like, honestly, it felt perfect, but.
And
yeah.
now you don't want to rekindle things with this guy.
He started his life. He's happy. It's funny because he wanted me to move down there, and I'm not like much of a creep because I feel like if you go on someone's page looking for something, you're going to find something. Whether it's little or whatever, like you're going to make a big deal about something. And I could just tell that there was this one girl, and I was like, you know, who is that? And he's like, nothing. Like, I got more important things to worry about. I'm like, oh, okay. And we ended up breaking up, and seriously, like 3 weeks later, he was already with this girl. So
oh, he already had a new girl down there.
So.
Wow, that's what happens with dudes. Wow, that's pretty quick. I mean, you want a girl to move down to Florida with you out of state, and then
everything
she says
happens
no,
for
and
a
then you
reason.
start dating someone else 2 weeks later, right?
Need some poon.
That's right. That's right. Fat Pat said, Miss June is smart and beautiful, the perfect girl.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Joey is Miss June in the 2014 Miss Morning Glory calendar. She's 22 years old. You can see her photos in the calendar. So we're looking for girls to be in the 2015 Miss Morning Glory calendar. You say do it. You had a good time doing it.
I had a blast. Me and Maria, because like I said, we worked together at the Tilda Kilt. We actually did it together. So when we both got picked, it was like double excitement. Like we were both so happy.
So you both signed up to be in the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And then you both made it into the calendar.
We both made it
now, when we judge that, we have no idea who's who or who signed up with anyone else. Or what do you think would have happened? Would she have been upset if only you made it in and she didn't make it in?
No, Maria and I are really good friends. And if it was vice versa, like we would have just been happy for each other. Mm-hmm. So she's a pretty girl. I knew she was going to make it. So.
Joey is Miss June. Well, good luck with
Thank you guys.
with all of your school, and maybe we'll see you on ESPN or Monday Night Football or something in the future. We'll say that we knew you way back when, before you did your Playboy photo shoot.
Everybody, hold on to your calendars.
That's right. They could be worth something someday.
Right?
All right, let me take a quick break. We will be right back on Rover's Morning Glory. Hang on.
Thank you.
Rover's Morning Glory.